Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Neuro-Biz Academy podcast. I'm your host, Tim T.C. Collins. Here on our platform, we share wisdom and principles associated with behavioral finance to prepare our students for success in business and life. Our finance focus for today is on the topic of home ownership. Blessing or burden? It all depends on how well you budget your gross income. Let's suppose you're on a mission to purchase a home. You have $5,000 in monthly gross income. You need to understand how much you can afford for making that home purchase initially. There are two ratios we need to understand. Number one is called a front end ratio. Your front end ratio is the percentage of your gross income that would go towards your home expenses. What are those home expenses? There's four. Okay, we'll call it PITI. P stands for your principal, I stands for interest, T stands for taxes, and the last I stands for insurance. Okay, 28% of your front end expenses needs to come from your gross income. So let's break that down. If $5,000 is your gross income, we need to multiply that by 28%. Change it to a decimal point, 0.28. That gives you $1,400. This number right here represents the amount of money you can afford to make this front end payment that goes towards your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Number two is, so let's mark number one here. Number two is called your back end ratio. Your back end ratio is the percentage of your gross income that you allocate towards long-term expenses such as a car loan or car payments, student loans, etc. That should be at least 8% of your gross income. Now, if we take that same $5,000, because remember, this is your pre-tax gross income, $5,000, okay, multiplied by 0.08, that gives you about $400, all right? So altogether, that's about $1,800 that you need to fund your principals, insurance, taxes, interest, and your back end ratio for the long-term expenses associated with your student loans and your car payments, etc. So remember, after that, you have your remaining expenses. Let's erase that. Remaining. Okay, that's about 64%. So that's entertainment, food, groceries, etc. Now, if your back end ratio is greater than 8% or your front end ratio is greater than 28%, you might have a difficult time keeping up with all of your payments. So going back to the question, is home ownership a blessing or a burden? Well, it could be a blessing if you're able to maintain this budget of 28%, 8%, and 64%. However, it can be a burden if your ratios exceed these percentages. Please like this video. please share this video. Please comment on this video. I want you all to be in alignment with success. This gives you some perspective. These are all concepts we share with our students at Neuro-Biz Academy. I also want you to remember there are other factors that we can consider here, such as your credit check. If you connect with a loan officer, they're going to review your credit score. Maybe you have dependents at home. These are all variables, that factors, but this gives you a kind of a foundational understanding of what it takes to budget for home ownership. Flex those muscles. Let's get after it, and I will see you on the next video.